Hey guys, Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19, bringing you guys another video. Just yesterday I was on YouTube and I saw an interesting title on a video that made me wonder a question that I've thought of before, and that is, what would happen if you hit the engine start stop button while you're driving? Now, I don't want to take full credit for this type of video, because this is a video I saw from someone, Autovlog. I believe Autovlog. Anyway, the original video I saw is in the description, so that way, I'm not stepping on anyone's toes here. But anyway, I saw this guy in a Ford with the Smart Key Access, much like in the Subaru BRZ Limited. This here that I'm in is my Subaru BRZ Series Blue, which is pretty much a BRZ Limited with the Smart Key Access keyless. You just get in, clutch in, and hit the start button, and then turn it off, obviously, engine start stop. But he was in a Ford, also with the Smart Key system, and the video is titled, "What would happen if you hit the stop button while you're rolling?" Because that could be a dangerous thing. In his case, he said he almost hit it a couple times because of other buttons around it. In the case of my car, the air conditioning to turn off is literally an inch and a half away from it. So when I've been driving, I have bumped the button, but you have to press it pretty firmly, so I haven't accidentally press the button ever before, but whenever I'm trying to turn the AC off, it is pretty close. So I've thought of that before, and his results were interesting. Again, I'll link his video in the description, but under a certain speed, like under 5 miles an hour, the car actually would stop, surprisingly enough. But after a certain amount of speed, I think he was doing like 40 or even more, the car was smart enough to not stop. So I'm kind of curious as to how this goes. Let's go ahead and start it up though. Get my seatbelt on. I found a safe stretch of road, nice and straight, with nobody on here, so that way we could test it out. So I want to do a couple different variations of this as well. I want to try a lower speed one, and then of course a slightly higher one when the road really opens up. Let me just make sure we're rolling with the rear camera here, and we're good. So again, nice straight piece of road here. We'll just go ahead and get to it. First gear here, start rolling out. And I think I'm gonna do it while the car's in neutral. So here's second gear. I'm gonna do it at 10 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour, I'm gonna put the car in neutral, still running, and hit it. And the car is not doing anything. That's at 12 miles an hour. So again, revving it up here in neutral. I can put it back in second gear and roll on. So the car is smart enough not to turn off when it's rolling. So that tells me at higher speeds too, it'll do the same thing. Yep. I guess the Subaru is smart enough. Now, what if we do a slower speed? Let's go ahead and find this stretch of road right here. Opens up nice and straight. Since we're doing this speed and the road just got straighter, obviously I know what to expect here, but we're doing 30 miles an hour, hitting the stop button. I'm gonna hold it down this time. We're in gear, and there it goes. Actually, when you hold it down, that's when it turns off. We were doing about 25 or so there, and now I have no power assist electric steering, so it's nice and firm, and the car is off, and we're in neutral. And it actually shut off in gear. That's interesting. I was about to actually give up on this test. Go ahead and clutch in. Start it up while we're rolling. Put it in second, and rolling away now. Interesting. So you have to actually hold it down for a lot longer, because obviously when you come to a stop, all you have to do, now there's cars here, but when you come to a stop, you just have to press it for a millisecond and it turns off. So let's just go ahead and get out of people's way here. So I think maybe at any speed, if you hold it down long enough and the car's like, oh, this guy really wants to turn it off, then it'll turn off. That's interesting. Let's try that again. Let's go ahead and turn around here. Since no one's on this road now, let's try really slow speed. Slowing it down more, I'm gonna get on the brakes here. I'm gonna put it in neutral as well. And we are doing 10, already tried that one. Let's try, it's gonna get down to 5 miles an hour. Let's see. All right, there's 5 miles an hour. I'm just gonna press it once, and it's not turning off. I'm gonna put it back in gear. Let's take a left here. There's a pearl white WRX. Probably wondering why I'm going so slow, and then you see it's a BRZ. Well, it's okay to laugh at yourself. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn back on this straight road, and then try it at higher speeds. But yeah, that's pretty much the conclusion I've come up with here. So different results from Autovlog. It depends on the speed, and it won't turn off at a certain speed versus mine. Here's a straight road, 25 miles an hour in gear. I press it once, nothing. I'm gonna put it in neutral, but hold it down, 1, 2, 2.5 seconds turns the car off, and I have no power steering, but I can still control my steering. Clutch in, start, rev match, put it in third. All right, so now we know. And now my whole system's starting up again. That is very interesting. All right, so now we know what happens, because I have been cruising down the highway, bumped the button, didn't press it, or maybe pressed it, and now I know that if I'm rolling ever so slightly, the car will not turn off. I'm gonna come to a stop here and show you guys how responsive it is when I actually want to turn it off at a stop. So let's just go ahead and spin around here, turn the car off. All right, so if I were normally stopping, I would put it here, e-brake on. I'm not gonna put it in first here, and then I just press it once. Watch how quick this happens, and it's off. And then I just put it in first and park, walk away. So now we know how that works. If you're rolling ever so slightly, you have to hold it for 2.5 seconds. That's the case of the Subaru BRZ, different from the the Ford Smart Key system. I'm a poet. Anyway, guys, that does it for this interesting video. I've always kind of been curious about that, so now we know. Again, don't try this in your own car, but it looks like automakers are smart enough to put, barriers so you don't do that so easily on the highway. But anyway, like I said, now we know. Again, I don't want to take full credit for this type of video. Link in the description to the original video. I saw a different result, so be sure to check that video out. Anyway, that does it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.